Hello, beautiful human. It is my pleasure to be back with you on YouTube. My name is Angela, and I am a modern shamanic practitioner, an oracle to the awakened feminine and masculine, and I am a soul catalyst here to help you seize the life of your dreams with intentioned, aligned actions and purposeful joy. I am a modern shaman, and I am based in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So I want to thank my subscribers for tuning in, and anyone new across the world, welcome and blessings to you. So my friends, I have been filled with this amazing sense of joy and happiness. And I want to explain, because this session today is about that and how it's happening through me, how you can tap into it yourself. I'm seeing a lot of yellow lately. The color of yellow is like the color of the sun. It's the color of the stomach and the solar plexus, the will center. So I'm hearing from my spirit team that has to do with things coming into alignment, taking out all of the things I had the fear of doing and just doing it, putting out into the world and just being my authentic self. And I'm just filled with this happy joy. And here in the Northern Hemisphere, it is spring and things are popping up out of the ground. The days are longer. The air smells fresh. The sun is shining longer. And it just fills my bucket with joy and happiness. And so I hope you're feeling a sense of that as well, because that is really where spirit is guiding me, for not only myself, but also to reflect that as a mirror for you. And on that note, I would be remiss if I didn't share some of my own action-oriented, aligned things that are coming in for me this year that I'm super excited about, because I'm really here to help humanity awaken. And someone described it for me recently. It's another practitioner that I admire and respect. She says, you're like the person here who's going to crack open the eggs. You're going to crack people open. And in some cases, that's going to shock people, but it's meant to help accelerate this tremendous energy and momentum at our disposal now. So I have this book that I have been working on for, goodness, the better part of a year. It's about women, and I'm super excited. We're almost there. It's going to be published in May, but I can't wait for you to be part of the cover reveal as well as the title reveal, and that will take place during the Aries Stellium, the period between the 15th and the 17th of this month. So stay tuned, stay close, follow me on my socials. Feel free to connect with me on my website to sign up for my newsletter and all of the things so that you don't miss it. Because ladies, I'm just, for those of you watching, and aligned gentlemen, because I always trust my videos will touch the hearts of those who need my help and counsel and connection. This book is going to shake things up, but the goal is for positivity. The goal is unity. The way things are happening now, the way that things are kind of falling apart, it's activating us to find new ways forward. And I kind of give different frameworks for that. So stay tuned. It's going to be big, very, very big. The other thing is I still do private sessions. And I'm doing a lot of private sessions that are combining coaching experience. I have 35 years in corporate. I recently retired, so I'm kind of blending that in with the integrated intuition that I have. That's how I've been guided throughout my life. So I'm helping others tap into that deeper. We do some shamanic cleansing and clearing, and then we call in all the things that you need to anchor yourself in your truth, your confidence, and your joy to go for it. So if you feel called to work with me, once again, feel free to revisit my website. And one last thing, don't forget, I have a group offering or an individual offering that's done over Zoom. I can do it anywhere across the country or the world. It's called the Polarization Reset. If you're done with all the craziness and the discord, the dissonance that's driving you nuts because of the outer world, and you're having trouble blocking it out of your life or dealing with it in a more positive manner, feel free to check that out. I encourage you. We can do group rates. If there's a bunch of you of like mind, I'm more than happy to facilitate that for you. It's part of what I love to do and just help people feel centered and good about themselves. At the time of this recording, it is Good Friday, April 3rd, so I want to extend Easter greetings and blessings to those of you who participate in the tradition. Easter is a symbol really for the resurrection, not only of Christ, but what most people don't understand, and I think this is part of the reason why I'm feeling all the sun yellow, joyful energy, is it also is a renewal for ourselves. And when you can tap into that abundant energy, because the sun is for everyone, there's plenty of sunshine all across the world. It's not hoarded for one group or this group or that group or you or me. It's for everyone. It is the beautiful feeling of solar equity, if you will. So it is for all who are open to receiving its blessing of light, and that light that fills us with energy, vitality, and joy. And that really is the root of what we're going to talk through today, because there is some epic energy in the month of April that I'm going to talk through. And, we're coming off of this really amazing pink moon in Libra, full moon, and how it was in Aries season. So it's really about that inner balance, right? That inner harmony within us of both masculine and feminine, the polarities within us, the darker aspects of our nature, and integrating them with the lighter aspects, bringing it into wholeness and oneness within. Because once we are whole and one from within, we can emit that in a more balanced, neutral, and heartfelt way outwardly to the people that we come in contact with. It's also about, doing the things more intentionally in alignment with what you love, taking that action-oriented step. Aries is all about action, fire energy. It's the first sign of the zodiac wheel, and it's like the firstborn's ready to go, get out of the gate, which this year I believe has a little extra something, because this is also the year of the fire horse, according to the Lunar New Year. And I know that many people like myself are very in tune and attuned to this fiery energy of forward action and movement. Horses are all about bold movements, and they just go, right? And they are authentically who they are. They stand their ground, and they go, and they have different personalities, just like we do. And they are offering this as a gift to us, to not only embody this authenticity within ourselves, but to move forward. So the theme this whole year is about fire. And so we are in a fire sign, and that's like a double dose, right? But Libra was here with that full moon to remind us to just balance it, to soften it, and to remember it is okay to take a break, to stop and smell the roses, pun intended, and just enjoy life. Enjoy life. And now more than ever. And that's another lesson that I want to kind of walk through today, because I'll kind of get through this a little bit deeper as we go into this. But, as the outer world unravels and there's more and more chaos and confusion and war and distortion, I learned a long time ago to kind of protect my energy from the outer discourse. And so what I am emitting, it's almost as if the crazier it gets on the outside, the more purposeful, joyful, and driven by positive fuel I feel. So I am kind of like the antibody of that. And I want you to know that you have all of this capability within you as well. It's when we choose ourselves and we have the courage to go inward and recognize, I am worthy of peace and goodness and abundance in all of its forms. And here we are in Easter season. Easter is all about abundance and fertility, and that's just not a feminine side sign in this case. Fertility is really the earth, right? Shining and showcasing her lush greenness and the beauty of the flowers blooming and the trees coming alive again. So that is abundance for all of us. Just like the sun is abundant for all, the earth is abundant for all, and all of that lives within us. So if you intentionally choose to connect with the energy of abundance, it will bless you in many ways within your life. It's not just about money, it's about good health, aligned connections that make you feel happy, about finding that inner strength to do what you really want to do and go and take action and move. We are all being called as individual human souls to be activated now. And so I hope that makes sense to you and you have the confidence to go forward and do it. I would be remiss if I didn't take some time in advance of the huge Aries stellium that's coming up mid-month to take some time to unpack it for you, to share what I believe it means for us, see the positive aspects of it while being aware of the negative ones. And I'm going to put my glasses on for this because I have notes for you today and I don't want to miss anything. So first of all, what is a stellium? A stellium in astrology is when 3 or more planets are located in one of the houses. And in astrology, it's a wheel. There's 12 houses in the wheel, similar to 12 months, right? So we have 12 signs. The number 12 is significant. But we are, like I have a stellium in my chart, for example. Mine is in the first house. The first house in astrology is the house of self. My mother, who was an astrologer, she used to say the house of personality is pretty much how the world sees you or how you relate to the world. And we have 7 planets in Aries coming up the 15th through the 17th in this, the next couple of weeks. And 7, if you would like to connect to that as your lucky number, you go right ahead. Whatever energetic support you need, you take, okay? But what this all means is we've got the moon, Mars, Mercury, Saturn, Neptune, Chiron, and the sun all going to be in Aries at that time. And it's huge. So there are 3 things, there's a couple things I want you to know. First of all, we already talked earlier about Aries is the first sign of the astrological wheel, the astrological zodiac. It's a fire sign. Fire represents life, action, movement, okay? It can also be destructive. So again, all things have both what I call, not positive, negative, but let's just say the lights and the shadows. And it's all about how we integrate with these components in our own lives and how we relate and project them outwardly. So when something of this significance hits the cosmos, I'm calling this one the ABCs of the stellium. So there are various either conjunctions or things that are going to be teaming up in this sign. I'm not going to get into the details, but let's just say that between Mercury, which I consider the planet of communication, it's a fast-moving planet, and Neptune, that's the planet of dreams or illusions. But it's a very dreamy, creative time to think about things differently. You are being encouraged to tap in more to your intuition, your visions, and your downloads. But be sure to ground yourself, okay? Because it can be a little bit overwhelming. So those of you who are starting to really lean in more to your intuition, there's going to be some interesting visionary things or things you feel. Because some of you are intuitive, but you don't see visions. You feel things, and you're starting to pick up on signs in nature or synchronicities. That is also a signal for you to be aware of. The B part. So we're going to have a new moon right after the sun and Chiron are conjunct. Now the sun, of course, is the sun, right? It's the bright sense of self, also a fiery attribute. Chiron is the wounded healer. So it's about bringing our wounds, integrating our wounds, the things that we've been working on to heal, to let go of, integrating it into one. And the new moon is going to help us identify those emotions and wounds of self to kind of activate what's next. Right? So this is what I call going from victim to the victor mode. In fact, I talk about that in my upcoming book. It's when you're finally releasing the stories of the past and those repetitive thought loops that live in your head rent-free that always bring you back or sink you back into a bad mood, a depression, or just why did this happen to me? Time to let that cheat go, as they say. It's time to let those things become your fuel source. So you're no longer feeling sorry for yourself. You're stepping into your true self, which is being able to see those experiences as lessons. Lessons is part of your story. It's part of you being a survivor and a victor. You survived it. Celebrate it. And the C part, the ABC, is we've got Mars and Saturn are going to be teaming up here. And this is where action, because Mars is also forceful. It may not be fiery, but it's forceful. It's sometimes it's associated with the, no pun intended, however you take it. You take it however you want. It's the planet of war, or the god of war, right, was Mars. So it's action aligned with discipline, right? So we have to have discipline in our actions. So it's really about thoughtful planning because Saturn is about structure, okay? So bringing all of this together, this is really where you have the opportunity to press into the new you. As I mentioned earlier, I'm here to help you crack that egg open, kiddo. All right. So this is about emerging the new self, the butterfly out of the chrysalis, the sunflower shooting up through the ground. And because you've outgrown the old scripts that were handed to you, you're ready. You are more than ready to step forward with confidence, forward leading motion and action. Now there is a caution here. You want to make sure you're extremely intentional, okay? And I can't really stress that enough because this time period is going to be like jet fuel. So as you prepare, I'm giving you time to prepare for the stellium, how to harness the energy in a positive way. So remember to ground, stay hydrated, keep your powder dry. Don't fly off the handle with others. If they're doing it to you, just kind of like pivot, step away, and continue on your path. Bless them, right? If they're part of that cycle you want to break, this is an indicator. Now's the time to do that. And just be very intentional and stay true to the things you want to bring in. Okay? And just let the universe do its thing because new moon, and actually the new moon is coming in, I think the latter part of that 17th into the 18th. And just so you know, in case you didn't know this, my spirit guides always tell me that there's like 3 days associated with a full moon and a new moon. So don't, sometimes people are like, oh, I missed the window. No, not really. The energy will last a while, so don't worry about that. But just be aware that a new moon is about bringing in new things, aligning new intentions. So I'm really trying to lean in here heavy for you to get really clear about what it is you want for yourself. And always remember, let spirit surprise you on how they deliver it to you. So if you have, for example, here's sometimes where we get tripped up. If we have a vision of ourselves and we see ourselves in this brand new fresh job and a new suit and a new bag and we're looking good, we're feeling good, we're walking through the hallways like we own the place, right? There's nothing wrong with that because you deserve to be in that confident leader role that perhaps you're dreaming of for yourself. The thing is, maybe it's not the office space you envision in your mind. Maybe you're wearing a different color that day, and maybe the people in the office are very different. Maybe the office are various coffee shops or tea houses or different places where you didn't think you'd be, but you're finding your tribe. So just be open to surprise, be open to receive. Always be open to receive your blessings. And sometimes it comes in the form of another lesson or a challenge or a barrier, because here's what I got for you later. We're going to have a full moon on May 1st in Scorpio. Now, I love me a good Scorpio. However, this full moon on May 1st, which is in a month-ish from now, it's going to be a little chirpy. It's going to be a little pinchy. So even though you're going to be bringing in your intentions, understand there may be some things revealed during that early window in May. It's going to be like a little tension. So you absolutely not only want to keep your powder dry with all this going on in Aries mid-month, you're going to reset yourself, maybe withdraw a little bit from those who trigger you. If there are people at the office you don't want to be around, maybe take, some remote time or whatever, take a few extra, take extra time at the gym or take some nature walks. Just do you, be happy, take the bubble bath, spend a little bit of luxury time on yourself with those who will help you stay calm and grounded around May 1st, okay? Just be aware because there's always a lesson, right? And that's also Spirit's way of saying, are you sure you're ready? Because I'm ready to hand it to you. I want to give you your gifts. You're going to get them. But are you sure you're ready? So just be aware. It's just a test. Think of it like in another initiation that you will get through. This too shall pass. And then as we go on throughout May and the summer, really epic things are going to continue to evolve. All of 2026 is going to be a surprise. Okay, there are going to be things that are coming up. It's the unveiling year. Secrets that have long been buried from humanity are going to be coming to the surface. We're already seeing that play out anyway. Expect that to continue. And don't be surprised, my dears, if more and more information about star seeds or UFO sightings are starting to appear as well, because they are also making themselves known to humanity in different ways. And there are other reasons for that. I'm not going to go down a rabbit hole on that one, but just be aware that things that have been known for quite some time are going to start to be revealed to us. And it's about time, you know? I think we're ready. I really do. And I mentioned May. I forgot to mention earlier, I'm having this super fun event for ladies in Pittsburgh. It's called Matriarchy on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, or as I'm coining it this year, Cinco de Matriarchy. So I think you might want to think about joining, because my book is going to be revealed, the cover, mid-month in April, and it's about women. And I don't know, you might be starting to see a theme here, but it's all positive. It's all positive. It's really about collecting our soul tribes together. And in this instance, this event for Matriarchy is going to be about you activating your own inner oracle, because so many women are sitting on this intuition that they don't know how to make sense out of. So the event is designed to help you connect to that inner oracle, that inner knowing, and I'll be there to help you through it, but the cards will give you the clues. So the breadcrumbs will be right in front of you, and you'll be able to see for yourself, and perhaps with your table mates, what they see. Because sometimes our mirrors are our friends. They can see what we don't oftentimes. And we're going to connect this event to charity. So we're doing a donation drive for Dress for Success Pittsburgh. And my dear friend Nicole Lerda will be there with her amazing business, Crown and Crate, to offer up some gift ideas for Mother's Day, which will be that following Sunday. So all in all, it's going to be a great event. And we'll have a nice buffet dinner. So it's in Bridgeville, Annapolis. So if you are so called, please make sure you register at my website under the events page. Okay, so moving on from that, I really want you to feel yourself as a positive force for good in this world. I think we could all agree that negativity is exhausting, war is exhausting, mean-spiritedness, depression. You know, a lot of us and family members and friends have been going through it. And human beings are not meant to live in a constant state of distress or stress. There's a lot of anxiety, and some people are still feeling it and putting up with it at work, because there's a lot of toxic work cultures still in existence right now. There are things unraveling. I'll just give you a quick example. After my retirement, I'm not quite in the window for, the seniorized healthcare, shall we say. So I'm kind of in this in-between space. So I signed up for my own health insurance, and it was grotesquely overpriced for where I am in my life. And, I got the bronze plan, which is the lower level, entry level. And I have a rule that I live by, and I suggest you kind of think about this too. 3 is always a magic number for me, okay? If I see something in 3s, it's a trend. If I hear something in 3s from 3 different sources, it's something's happening, something to pay attention to. Well, I had 3 experiences in the first 3 months of this year where my health insurance wasn't benefiting me, even though I knew my doctors were there, the prescription was covered. Let's just say after the 3rd strike, I decided I cut it off. I just quit. I'm like, you know what? I'll take my chances. I will work directly with the doctor, with the chiropractor, with the dentist, and I will save my money in the process. So we are getting to the point, why I bring this up is because we are getting to the point in our collective consciousness where we're just done taking crap, period. The systems that are broken are no longer serving us. So I want you to lean into also the positive aspect of, you know what? There are certain things in my life I have a right to take back my power for. In fact, we have a right to take back all of our power. But in my instance, I'm using this as a reflection or a mirror. I'm not here to suggest you should cut off your health insurance, but is there something in your life that you're paying for that you don't really need, that you keep doing that you no longer need to do. All right? Whether it's your job, whether it's a relationship, whether it's where you live, anything. Even family members, like I'm not here to say cut off family members, but sometimes they're just a drag. Okay? So you have a right to pull back your joy, your power. Your power is your native, think of it this way, your natural native sun energy, your life force energy. That's what the sun represents. And right now I'm seeing a bunch of sunflowers, yellow roses, just a lot of joy. It's also joyful, playful energy. You have a right to have fun and be playful again. So do it. You don't need anyone's permission. Who cares if people think you're nuts? I think the whole world has gone mad. But who cares what I think, right? I'm just being myself from a place of authenticity. And I choose joy with intention. And I'm living out my passion and my purpose because I want to and because I can. And so can you. The only thing holding you back is you. So if this tip helps you, motivate you, get more serious about those intentions and those alignments that you want to bring in during that stellium, the 15th through the 17th of April. Plus we got the new moon coming right in at the end of that to catapult us into a few more days. Feel into it. Be playful, be joyful, be unapologetically happy just to be human. In a world that is tearing us apart on purpose, but it's the purpose, that's where the magic is. The purpose is in knowing that there's something better for us once we choose ourselves. The road to enlightenment, to freedom and sovereignty, is the inward journey to our heart. When we recognize that all of that nonsense is manufactured BS, it really is. It serves them, not you or me. So switch it up. Start living in a way that serves you and slowly take away your power and energy that you give so freely, or because you feel forced to other entities, people, places, or things, and call it all back to yourself. And watch your mood shift, your feeling shift. You might even feel healthier because you're literally taking back your life source energy, which is the very thing. Our mind, our thoughts also, we're made of water. So it's always important to remember what we tell ourselves, because there are scientific tests, by the way, in case you're not aware of this, where they've done experiments where, they'd have one glass over here of water and another one over here, and they test the water based on what we say to the water. They freeze it, and then they analyze the crystals. And when you speak negatively to something, it feels that negative vibration and it absorbs it. And the reverse is true when you're positive. It's just like, have you ever received a really nice compliment out of the blue from somebody and it just made your day, made you feel special? And the opposite is true, right? So speak loving kindness to yourself. Joyful happiness, playfulness, inner child. That's what we're calling back with this yellow energy. We can do hard things, people. And after all, it's really not that hard. Okay? So for those of us, again, in the northern hemisphere, where the sun is shining, the days are longer, connect to that joy. Just get out and go and do. And who cares what other people think? Let them do them. Okay, just let it go. You be you. And in the southern hemisphere, if you're catching on to this, the wintertime, I know the days are getting shorter for you. But the beauty in that is you automatically go inward because we're not spending as much time outside. So you too can plan for those intentions and start to think thoughtfully about what it is you want to change and get rid of. It's just a different way of working with it. So if anything else, if I haven't left you with anything, it is, please be positive, my friend, be kind and loving to yourself. You deserve that, okay? Do your best to ignore everything outside of you, the haters in your life or wherever else they live, because remember, not everyone's worthy of your energy, and you don't have to give your attention to it because your energy goes where your attention is, okay? So I think the saying goes, energy follows attention. So be very protective, intentional, and aware of where you're placing it. See how you feel. If it's making you miserable, shift. and say, okay, I'm done with that. We're going to go over here now. Okay. And I know some of you got the sage and you got the Palo Santo and you got the essential oils. Just sometimes all I need to do is go for a walk and it shifts my mood. So whatever you do, put on the music, whatever, drink a glass of wine, whatever, make yourself happy. You deserve it. It's not selfishness when it is self-care. And on that, my beautiful friend, I hope and wish you nothing but the best in this month of April. I hope you feel some of this joyful exuberance and you share it within your heart and outward to those you love. And keep in touch with me. If something touched you with this video, I'd love to hear from you. And just see how you're doing on the path of life. Many blessings. Take care.